list. Super producer Kelkin here, and he's the one dancing. Look at him go.
Man.
He's going crazy behind it.
We want the fun.
Back from his little vacation.
I'm going to call him
good.
Snooki with that fist pump.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge. Fellas, there's a Winners Lounge. There's a Friday night Winners Lounge. And then there's a fourth quarter clutch comeback Friday night Winners Lounge. That's what we're getting tonight. That's why we got a little funky music. That's why we're feeling all of the vibes tonight. Good vibes in the house. Nothing but good vibes. Presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. How do we do?
Up and down.
Just like
the game.
Just like the Nuggets, man. Unbelievable. I got a squad for you guys tonight. You thought the Nugget squad was good. What do you see the Friday night Winners Lounge
the
squad?
fellas?
I got Brendan Vogt wearing his slippers.
Comfort, convenience. It's all important. They're all essential ingredients of a good night, but there's one more that I need. I need a win. Actually, I need a fourth thing, and I need vibes, and I've got them all here at the front.
Wins bring vibes. Wins
Good
bring
vibes.
vibes. We know this. Over here, I got D-Line Co. Most of you guys know him as Eric.
Yeah, I love that the recipe to Brendan's happiness includes outdoor grade slippers.
Dude, they're the best thing that's happened.
I'm sure they are.
outdoor grade slippers?
Yeah, they are. I can
I'm
wear them
sure.
in the
You know
snow,
what?
bro.
You know what? I'm sure is the most comfortable thing I could wear. A muumuu. I'm into it.
A what?
A muumuu.
What's that?
support
Just a
it.
big adult dress.
Oh, you've got tons
The
of
way it would
those.
drape
You know?
across my body.
And special guest tonight, rocking the Serbia jersey, rocking the
buddy.
Serbia
Yeah,
jacket.
buddy.
It's RG.
Brendan's shoes look like sleeping bags, and so we should call them sleepers.
They feel like sleeping bags.
I like it. Slippers,
like
but
You know where I'm
sleepers.
going. You know
Nobody
where I'm going.
knows
But I am
RG.
jealous they look cozy.
RG the quickest wit, man. Is that the quickest gun? Horrible accuracy, but so quick at getting the
dude,
shot off.
I'm the bones of comebacks.
You know what? You are the bones of the company.
Nice.
That's right. Very feast or famine. Lots of famine. We got a great win tonight, man. I'm not gonna lie. This was a kind of a shit game for most of it.
Oh, yeah.
Frustrating game.
We are so spoiled.
We are so spoiled. We just want everything easy. This was like, it's more impressive though, Eric, to your point. It's more impressive to me that the Nuggets win games like they did tonight, where it's like nothing really feels like that good for your key guys. You're down. You can't get any stops. And then what happens in the fourth quarter with the Nuggets defense when all their guys are there?
Well, usually it gets better.
Somehow it turns into like the the Bad Boys Pistons
Tonight.
in the clutch. Tonight was a little shaky. I mean,
the
the
first couple quarters, it was the Keystone Cops.
Yeah, the Keystone Cops. It's so true. That's a great point. I mean, look, that flagrant foul play, I think, kind of like tainted what was, I thought, a very good run of like 4 minutes of the defense. But what have you? You guys want to do a quick recap here?
Make it quick.
Here's the thing.
Make it quick.
It's going to suck because a lot of these details were like, you're going to relive the annoying part. But we'll get to the fun part at the end. Nuggets started on a 13-8 run. That was good.
Like that.
Jokic was getting a hand on a lot of things defensively. Remember early in the game, I feel like he tipped like the ball 8 times around the rim.
My man is active.
Very active around the rim. But lots of bricks from both teams. And Aaron Gordon looked like he was off for what, 4 days? Looked like he had taken off 40 days.
Took off the first half,
I bet his shoulder still hurts.
It might be. I mean, I hope not, man. If this is what the AG looks like with a hurt shoulder.
He
oh, God.
He needed to recalibrate.
The Heat, man, I'm impressed with them. They get so physical. They play physical, and they just disrupt you. They go to a zone, and Denver has, like, murdered in a zone. Denver couldn't get Jokic the ball in the zone this time, and he was frustrated. And I really wonder if Bones was trying to play conservative. He had 6 turnovers tonight. But there was, like, a lot of passes where you could tell he was like, man, I don't want to try to sneak it in there. I don't want to get a turnover. That would be bad.
No, Murray was having the same trepidations, though.
yeah.
A lot of trepidations, as you might say. Then the Heat said, you know what? Bruce Brown sucks. We're going to leave him wide open. And Bruce Brown said, no, I don't. I'm very good.
Here's where you're wrong.
There's where you're wrong. And he has knocked him down. Heat grabbed 8 offensive rebounds in the first quarter alone somehow. They were dominant on the offensive glass tonight. But the Nuggets were up 23-19. Listen to that garbage-ass score. 23-19 after a quarter. Both teams sucked. Second quarter, though, the Heat caught fire. 6-0 run immediately. And they started making everything. Fortunately for Denver, so did Bones Hyland. 4 threes in a row.
Woo! Bonesaw is
Bones
ready.
does this, man. Like when he makes 1 in a row, the odds of him making 2 are really high. And if he makes 2 in a row, a lock that he's going to make 3 in a row or 4 in a row. He got so hot. Nuggets bench gave up a bunch of threes, though, like especially at the end of the quarter. And what do you know? It's 60-57. And here was my big question. Jamal Murray was playing so bad in that first half. and it made me wonder: is he not back like we thought he was, guys?
yeah.
Is he back?
Was he back? I mean, halftime. Is he back?
Is this
Kale?
halftime? We're talking
Yeah,
halftime?
we're at halftime, second quarter. We checked the backometer just to see.
Let's see.
Yeah, well, we got
Jamal
that
back
one.
on
Yeah, we
back?
got that one.
I'm
That's
gonna
the.
say
There it is.
halftime.
He's not back.
He
All
was
right.
not back.
Now let's go to the third quarter, see what happens. 9-0 Heat run. So they start 6-0, then they start 9-0 in the third. Crap. Nuggets could not get the ball to Jokic. He was very frustrated by that. And the Heat were just carving him up, just every time getting exactly what they want. Christian Brown, who did not play in the first half, gets in for the second half for like 30 seconds. No, it was really like 2 minutes. He was in, just dip his toes into the game, see what it feels like. Comes right back out. 90-85 Heat, and I thought it was an atrocious quarter for Jamal Murray. Let's check it again. Third quarter. Kale, how are we feeling with Jamal? Was he back in the third quarter?
Probably in the third quarter. That's tough. Well,
Cal, are you awake over there?
He's pulling it up.
I'm sorry, I'm including you.
Yeah,
Where's
dude.
Yaya?
Let's go to the fourth. This bit doesn't work.
He was
but-
not back.
Jamal was not back. You know who's not back?
Is Kale back?
Kale.
Can
This
we
is a
do the
good-
Kale?
no,
Is there a
Kale is
Kale
not back.
backometer on there?
This is a good bit. This is a good bit.
I'm
Keep
glad
going.
Kale had
All
a
right,
good trip.
we're in the fourth quarter. DeAndre Jordan's in the game. He likes to play that deep drop. You guys know that one where he just stands under the
And then
basket.
just-
I like
Yeah.
that when he also doesn't put his hand up or participate in any way.
That's the exact defense.
Yeah, it was that one.
Drops
Yeah.
out of the game.
Jimmy Butler just walked right to the rim and shot these little 4-foot floaters
Dropout
over him
defense.
every single time, and it was like Jimmy Butler knew the game plan. Was like, all right, well, this
Denver
is
was
going to
also
be really
going
easy.
over on those screens.
It was really bad defense, man. I don't know what you say. They go down. They're down 8. There's a timeout, and guess what? Malone says, "Enough of this.
Enough.
Enough of this. We're putting in Jokic, Gordon in our front court." Or I'm sorry, Jokic, Gordon, Vlatko in our front court with Bruce and Bones. What a weird lineup. But I got to tell you something. What have I been saying on the show? You don't need to worry about like a traditional 3. Does he play that? Oh, he's not really a 3. Let's not force him out of position. Length.
Whoa.
This is like Moneyball, right? On base percentage is all that matters. Length is all that matters. Just put some long bodies out
And
there.
Jokic.
Well, yeah, Jokic is a key ingredient. Jokic is a
Yeah,
real
after
key
that,
ingredient.
but
That part's actually really important. Thank you.
Yeah.
Immediate 5-0 run for the Nuggets. They're down 8. They immediate 5-0 run. Timeout Miami. And then the Nuggets said, you know what? They're going to have Kyle Lowry. We can get Kyle Lowry onto Aaron Gordon. Let's go to Aaron Gordon. And this is what he does. Posts up, drop off to MPJ, who dunked it for the first time since November 22nd.
Did you do that research? November 22nd? I'm blown away you looked this up.
Are you joking?
No.
Yes, I did the research. What do you think? I just made up a number?
Kind of, yeah. I thought you were going to say for the first time in months. Then you dropped a date on me. I'm impressed.
Am I known for not
technically a
doing
month.
the research?
Technically
no,
a month.
It was since
No,
November
it just
22nd.
it feels like it's something that is so inconsequential. Why would you look that up?
Because he has 6 dunks
No, I know.
on the year. and
I'm
so
just,
I was like, that's been a long time.
Complimenting you.
I'm painting both sides of this picture so
Yeah.
that you can be not offended and you not so outraged.
Very next play,
Thank
we
you.
go to AG in the post again. He draws free throws, knocks them both down. Very next play, an and one for him. So they go to the post again. He goes, throws the ball over his head like that, and it goes in.
Ridiculous shot.
So 3 times you go to the post, and it results in a dunk, free throws, and an and one. He did miss it, the and one, though. But the Heat fumbled it
done.
out of bounds.
Yep.
Then Michael Porter got a wide open 3 and missed it, and I was like, God damn it, man. That's why you got to be in there. Down the stretch, though, now it's clutch time. You got your
boy.
starters back in. You know, it's clutch time. Let's see what happens. Miami Heat went at Michael Porter Jr. every single time.
Oh, yeah.
I talked about this on the podcast in the last game. In Sacramento, I didn't think there was any other player that was getting targeted defensively except for Michael Porter in the fourth quarter by Sacramento. That was the weak link. Tonight, Malone says, no, thank you. Get out of, he takes him out and he puts Bruce Brown back in. We knew that you would go to this lineup sometimes when you needed defensive stops. And I think given how the Sacramento game went and this one, you were going to go there. And what happens? The Jokic-Murray 2-man game just takes over. Jokic hits a mid-range jumper. Then Jokic hits a 3 that I can't remember who it was like, that's a weird shot to take. You know why it wasn't? Because Jokic knew he was making it. I'm not kidding.
That was me, by the way.
He's him.
But when he shot that one, though, I'm not
Did you
throwing.
just
I
subtweet
said
Vogt in
somebody.
front
I
of him?
said
No,
somebody.
no, I'm just letting you know.
Remember that idiot walked in and was
I'll
like,
take that-
he
I'll
said,
take that.
I'm Brendan Vogt.
Here's
You were
the-
like,
yeah.
moron.
Here's the thing, though. Here's
it
why
was
I
weird.
bring it up. Because it is weird when Jokic takes a hurried 3, in the half court. Jokic and Murray approached clutch time like they knew, like they had
Yes,
seen the future,
absolutely.
and they knew they were going to win. And so Jokic steps into a 3 and just absolutely drains it. And I was like, oh, so they're winning this game. I got it. Okay. Little tenuous, though, when Tyler Hero caught fire a little bit, he did draw a flagrant 3 on KCP.
That was, I lost a lot of my will to live during that moment. That felt like that was like a very big call.
You thought they
It
lost
was.
at that moment because
I
there's
just-
2 minutes to go.
I was like, yo, if they turn this trip down into 6 points,
Yeah, and it felt possible too at that
felt-
moment.
it's certain.
But guess what?
What?
You forgot.
What'd I forget?
Jamal Murray is back.
Is he?
He's back. Let's check the meter. Hold on. He's back. Jamal Murray's back. Jamal Murray wakes up after delivering some beautiful pocket passes and flip passes to Jokic. He says, you know what? My turn. And he comes in with the Jamal Murray 3, a floater, draws a foul, completely takes over down the stretch with that Jokic Murray 2-man game with him being on the recipient end. Just a classic. And then on the last play, another Denver Nuggets classic, guys. You're starting to notice. I've been bringing it up. KCP draws fouls on illegal screens like nobody else in the NBA.
Oh, Kenny the
That's
Pope.
how this game ends. KCP
The
draws.
cantankerous Pope.
The cantankerous Pope draws an illegal screen. Nuggets get the ball back. Call it quits, baby.
Let's go.
Put this one on ice. Nuggets get a win. All right, RG. You're in the far seat. You get to start us off. What's your big takeaway from tonight's game?
That this was just a dentist appointment of a game, man. Oh my God.
What?
It hurt all the way through, but at the end you're like, all right.
My teeth are clean.
Okay, yeah, that's good. They did what they needed to do. I feel better.
Man, we put the funky music on for a dentist.
Wow.
It's a Friday funky music.
Yeah, it's like a
No, but again, it's like it feels like I don't know, in the past couple seasons, this might be a game the Nuggets lose. So it's like
for
again,
sure.
it's so tough watching all these just slog games, but they just keep winning most of them. So like. I don't know. I feel like this turns them into that hardened team come playoff time. But then I also see a lot of those turnovers, and I go, oh, no, you can't be doing that. But, again, it's still technically December. Take the win. Move on. You got Boston coming on Sunday.
I mean, I like this one. You're right. The turnovers 20 tonight is
Ugh.
like, you're not going to win. That's not like championship caliber
No.
play. Also, giving up 119 points to one of the worst offenses in the NBA, also not championship caliber. But,
They won
and those
tonight,
things are
baby.
true and they're very important. But what is championship caliber is the way this team, when they have their guys, executes in the clutch. You really just do have two guys that can get whatever the F they want every single time. And it's so cool. It's just so
It really
freaking
is.
cool to see how
You
good
just
this
like
team
play,
is when it
play
matters.
the two-man. Go ahead.
You have to pick them in a clutch. They are not going to win it every time, but you have to pick them.
They're not going to win the Jerry West Clutch Award, though.
They might.
That's what's funny is that actually is an individual player, but it really is the duo.
The 2-man.
What's your big takeaway here, D-Line?
When the Nuggets have their players, they cannot be counted out ever. Like
Yeah.
the Nuggets have their squad. Like I was telling Adam this earlier. Like I don't want to waste any more time talking about the roster construction of the Denver Nuggets. Who needs to be traded? Who this? Who that? Like we have everything we need. I'm going to keep harping on this point until people get on board. Like we have everything we need with this team. Like it now is going to come down to luck, health, and just winning the war of attrition that is the NBA season. Focus, shift your focus forward. Like don't worry about what's happening inside. It's just like now how do we move forward? Just get there with me. Get on my level, please.
You really are feeling it, man. Your confidence is through the roof. Are you back?
Guys, Kale, bring up the Eric that
Eric is back. His confidence is through the roof. I'm not quite sure I'm all the way where Eric is just yet, but I am feeling really good. What's your big takeaway?
Yeah, that's a banked win. That's not a process win. That's a banked win, but you take it and run with it. And I think, look, there are some wins they've had in December, I think in the last 2.5 weeks, that definitely make you say, I feel better about the bigger picture. Tonight's not one of those, and I'm okay with that. With the way you split those games in Sacramento, came really close to taking them both. You lose one, just come back and bank one, you know? And look, it would have been better to see them play perfect basketball, but they have margin of error at home, and there's margin of error with Jokic, and wins are better than losses. And at the end of the day, it's a good win. They didn't play well. They found a way to win. I'll take that all night long.
My big takeaway has just got to be that Jokic Murray 2-man game. Like, it's just so good. It's gotten better since the bubble somehow. My confidence is at an all-time high in that.
They
Yeah,
bring out
totally.
supreme confidence in each other.
Yep.
Jamal Murray
Oh,
can be
that's a
shaky
great
this
take.
entire time, and like when it gets down to it, those two, like Jokic, Jokic throws a weird behind the back pass to Murray. He just knows where he's going to be. Like
They both did it. They were in that one play. They didn't actually score
they
on
were
that
going
one. but
dipsy doodle on everyone's ass, and it was like it worked out.
It really is like, what did Jokic say over the summer when he was with the national team. He said something like, in Serbia, we like winning more than we like basketball or something like that. Like, we don't like basketball, we like winning. And I know a lot of the Serbs were like, that's not true. We love basketball, but whatever. I feel like Murray is a better winner than he is basketball player.
Yeah, that's a great take.
You know what I mean? Like, he's a great basketball player, don't get me wrong. But just there's something about...
He's a gamer. He's Tim Tebow.
He really is a gamer. Well, I mean, he's not Tim. He's better than Tim Tebow. But, I'm being sincere about this, though. He really is the best version of himself in the highest leverage moments, and we want the consistency. I mean, and you need it. Like, to win on one seed, to win 55 plus games, you need consistency from multiple guys, and he's hopefully working his way back. I don't know. Maybe he's not. I don't know. But you get to within 5 points in the clutch. Oh yeah. You better score every time on Denver because they're scoring every time.
He's not a can't miss talent. Some guys are can't miss talents. I don't think Jamal Murray is one. He's a can't miss competitor.
Yeah.
And for however much easier the game looks for other dynamic guards than him, maybe quarters 1 through 3, games 1 through 82, clutch time, as we saw at least in the bubble run, at times in the playoffs, can look easier for him. He looks more capable of the put your balls on the table. What do you got in this moment? It's so funny. Murray played genuinely terrible minutes for 3 quarters tonight. He really did. No, he really did.
He was a -10 tonight.
And when clutch time started and it's a winnable game, every single one of us wanted that ball in his hands. And that's just the kind of player he's been in Denver. And it's fun to watch. It's a fun pairing with Yoke because like you said in the recap, if it's clutch time, you just like their chances. You just do.
We always joke about this, RG, about maybe one reason the Nuggets like play with their food and are always in close games is because Yoke has just kind of that like lackadaisical approach. But I think it's actually Jokic and Murray both sometimes have that lackadaisical approach.
Well, again, like when you are like an elite duo, I might be like dicking around too in December. Like, it's just like, let's try this pass, like, But again, as we were talking about, when it came to the clutch, it was like, run the 2-man game and you're set. So that's just what it is. And I hope the focus comes later in the year, but right now it's just like, all right, you're not losing by 30, and truly when it counts, you're on. So like, how angry am I supposed to get at that? It's so just keep playing. Like, it's just fun to watch. They're 2 elite players, and they're especially in the clutch. And when they're playing together, it's just like, I don't know a duo that would take them out. Like, I don't know.
No, they got it.
They're Shaq Kobe, man. It's just
I know. I know. Like, you gotta get out of the habit of like wanting your wins to be 100% yummy all the time.
20-point wins.
Sometimes like, that was a good team in the Heat. They really caught fire after the first quarter. Like, the Nuggets withstood their best punch, and that shooting that they were rattling off in the second and third quarter was like, oh my God, this feels inevitable. But there's just the true inevitability is Nikola Jokic in the clutch and having one guy to go with him. Tonight it was Murray, and it's more often than not that's the case. But like, the time before it was Gordon or whatever. Like, you just have to have one running mate with that guy, and now we have enough options. Like, you got to think if it's not Michael Porter Jr., it's going to be Jamal Murray. If it's not Jamal Murray, it could be Aaron Gordon. It could be KCP on a night like tonight. Like, they've just got it, man. Like, just chill out.
And also, like, the Nuggets tonight had 8 guys in double figures. Isn't that crazy?
Wow,
like, everybody that except for DeAndre Jordan, and I mean Christian Brown.
Shocker.
Christian Brown played 3 minutes. He had 0 points. But the 9 guys that played all the minutes, 8 of them end up in double figures. Nobody with more than 20. KCB, who had 20. We'll get to him a little bit later.
He was the leading scorer?
He was leading scorer right there ahead of Yoke. Speaking of Yoke, interesting game from him. 19, 12, and 12. A triple-double. He goes 8 of 15, so he shoots above 50%. He does drain 2 threes, which, by the way, I feel like Yoke's confidence on his three-point shot is not at an all-time high or anything, but it's definitely up a little bit.
Stonk report is up.
Stonk report, Yoke three-pointer is on the way up.
Is just 3 back?
Is it back? He was unsurprisingly a plus 12 tonight. But here's what's crazy. Watching the game tonight, I feel like the Heat, and Bam Adebayo in particular, did as good a job as I've seen all year at keeping the ball out of his hands and just frustrating him.
Yeah.
I thought Yoke tonight was good, not great for most of this game.
Well, and some of this is probably on the entry passing and Denver's ball handlers.
Totally.
But, yeah, whether it was the zone or man, Miami had a lot of success of not stopping him, but preventing the ball from getting it to him altogether. And it was at times shades of last season, where we saw that night in, night out.
What's interesting to me, Eric, I don't know if you picked up on this or not, or if I'm just seeing things. I felt like a lot of guys, and Bones in particular, Bones had 6 turnovers tonight. I felt like he was playing extra, trying not to turn it over. It's almost like in trying not to turn it over, they turned it over more.
Listen, man, I believe Bones is online. I believe Bones has seen the criticisms levied at him over the last however long. And I felt from him more word of the night trepidation than you typically feel from Bones Hyland. He's usually irrational confidence, microwave scoring, which he was tonight.
He was 5 of 6 from 3.
But you could just he was a little more tentative than he typically is when he's really going. But I love that he fought through it. He kind of started off slow, but then he was like, all right, whatever, I'm Bones. I'm going to hit it. And then he started shooting threes. And it was Mile High City, baby. Then he started to motion to the crowd. We started to get all that stuff.
But hold on. I want to make a point on this. He only took 9 shots in 23 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is right. He went 5 of 6 from 3, hit 4 in a row. And I think Bones 2 weeks ago hits 3 in a row, and he takes 17 shots.
You're right.
You know what I mean? He only took 9 shots tonight.
Yeah. No,
That's actually not that many for a guy that was on fire.
Bones played a really good game. The only real knock against Bones tonight was the turnovers.
Yeah. Love it. How many did you finish with?
6.
Okay.
Which, sucks. Some of them were fouls against him. Some of them were just careless dribbling. He can fall victim to trying to do a little too much when he gets into the lane every now and again. But, some of it was he got a pass to DeAndre Jordan, who just pawed at it and just knocked it out of bounds. There wasn't just all him throwing the ball away carelessly and trying to be too fancy or something.
Right.
But overall, I mean, you gotta if you want the Denver Nuggets to succeed in the end, you gotta seeing somebody bottom out and then start to dig their way out. And that's what Bones is doing right now. He's he's figuring out again how to play in this league successfully with his style of play. So that was great.
I've said this now. It's 3 games in a row where I feel like Bones has seriously dialed down the scoring aggression from where he was before. Seriously dialed that down. It doesn't mean he's solved all of the issues with him, but that was a big one. I feel like he had an appropriate aggression tonight. And that's something, if we just rewind it 5 games ago, it felt like it was a bunch of games in a row where that dial was not in the right order, right? And so that's why I say you have to, with a young player, start to look at individual pieces of the game and say, this is how you know a player is on the rise, or, what are they getting at? And tonight, for the first time in a while, his shot was also there at the level that we've seen, especially at home. And it was huge for Denver. His defense was still not good tonight, especially in the first half. I thought in the second half he actually had some really good defensive possessions. But in the first half, the shots are what kept Denver in it.
Yes.
The game would have been out of reach if it weren't for his scoring.
You can't just dismiss 16 points in an NBA basketball game and be like, that wasn't important. Guess what? That was very important.
Yeah. Do you have something to put a button on this?
Oh, I thought you were right. The last 2 games, it was very clear he was turning up the playmaking.
Right.
I thought tonight, if anything, he maybe forced that a bit.
Yeah, maybe.
But really good to see him hit those shots. And then my favorite part was, even though it didn't all go well, and he has to get better at the rim, I liked that after hitting a bunch of threes in the second half, he saw some lanes and thought, let me take this strong. He's got to get better finishing at the rim, but I still think taking those strong is the right approach. So up and down from Bones tonight, but I would say it's a passing grade for sure.
Yeah, no question about it. And great to have him making some shots again. Because the making shots creates a baseline where he can hopefully work on some of those other aspects of his game. So important for the Nuggets. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we have to get a little bit more to the other guys, including KCP and Vlatko Chanchar.
Oh, yeah.
Neither of which missed a shot tonight. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Whoa.
Neither of which missed a shot tonight. But before we get there, Kale, can you, while these ad reads go on, pull up the party bus? Guys, we only have 3 days left to sell tickets for this party bus that we have going on January 15th. It's going to be an absolute banger. It's the day before MLK Day. You almost certainly have the next day off. It's a Sunday night. You almost certainly have Monday off. It's going to be an all-timer. the 2 for $20 deal is extended for a couple more days. You get the 2 tickets, 2 T-shirts, 2 drinks, 2 party buses.
Which you could make that the new Air shirt if you wanted to.
Oh man, that new Air Gordon shirt. You can get 2 of them, not 1, but 2 of them with this deal, including tickets to the Nuggets game, lower level. It's a great time.
We also have another banger Nuggets shirt coming out on the 13th.
Oh, dude, I've seen it.
You guys are gonna like it. I promise you're gonna like it. So, anyway, get in on that deal, guys. I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun. The bar was popping tonight. It was so fun. Go for it.
Great vibes at the bar, and we want to remind you about our friends at Denver Health and how now, for January 15th, it's open enrollment time for individual health plans. Fun fact, I aged out of my parents' health insurance plan while I was pursuing a career as a professional sports blogger.
That's a good combo.
Don't do that. So I thought, who needs insurance? I'll be fine. A week later, a doctor looked me in the eyes and told me I had scarlet fever.
Wow.
So I paid for that out of pocket.
Did he then put leeches on you?
He did.
Okay.
He did. And he said, this isn't even the recommended treatment.
Those wouldn't even be covered.
Yeah. That's what they do if you don't have health insurance. Now, he gave me a Z-Pack, and I lived. And I don't think you should have to not do that or have to pay out of pocket for that. So make sure you're getting yourself set up with Denver Health Medical Plan because it offers elevated exchange plans available on the Connect for Health marketplace with great benefits and affordable plan choices. You can also sign up, call direct at 303-602-4912 or go to denverhealthmedicalplan.org. Remember, open enrollment for the exchange runs November 1st to January 15th. Call today, 303-602-4912 or visit www.denverhealthmedicalplan.org. We were just talking to you guys about that new sweet deal on the takeover. That deal is brought to you by our friends at Illegal Pete's, who are not just our friends, but our partners. Once more, they're local legends. You know all about them, whether it's the stir, the queso, the margarita that moves you. So many reasons to move yourself inside of one of their many convenient, their 12 convenient Colorado locations and Arizona, but focus on the Colorado ones. Legal Pizza's hooking you all up with a little something extra this year. Spend $100 on gift cards, score an extra $25 for free. And again, check out that sweet takeover deal. It's one of the best deals we've offered. There's also another version of it that includes a membership. So if you're not a member and you're thinking, I'm missing out on all these discounts, check that deal out as well. Also brought to you by our friends at Illegal Pizza.
Awesome. Back here, segment number 2, DNVR Nuggets podcast. We got Harrison Wynn live at Ball Arena. He'll be joining us a little bit later on in the show. Ryan Green sitting in with us today.
He is?
He's down there at the end.
Hi, Brennan.
Hey.
Did we ever get a finalization? Did you make a King of the Game yet, Kale?
I didn't tell you. I'll message
We'll do it
him.
in segment
I'll
3.
message him.
But I do want to talk about KCP tonight, who went 7 of 7 from the field, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 illegal screen foul drawn in the clutch. And the threes he was making tonight were like tough ones, man.
Everything was tough, but he just, not for him. He was just in rhythm. He wasn't forcing them necessarily. I mean, he stemmed a couple tides when the Heat were making strides, and he just said we needed somebody to step up. He absolutely did. He knocked down all of his free throws. Like, what do you want from this guy? It was incredible. He played great defense.
He made all of his free throws, by the way.
Yeah.
2 free throws.
Well, listen.
He didn't miss a shot.
He's not wrong. He's
Hit 'em
not wrong.
both.
He went 7 of 7 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 from the foul line. You got anything to add to that, RG?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like he was the player, especially through the first 3 quarters, that prevented it from getting to like a 15-point game,
totally.
right?
Yeah.
Like he was the one that kept it like single digits when it would look like it was getting out of hand. He would hit one of those threes. So that again, it's especially when you're going to have Jokic and Murray not really engaged in that first half. It was nice to have that.
Yeah.
And especially Vlatko too in the second half. It really seemed like he was the only energy at some points. So, again, it's good to know that when the superstars aren't really fully into their superstar mode, that they do have these guys that can at least keep it close, get it to clutch time, and then go, okay,
Let's go time.
Jamal,
Murray
Nikola, go for it. Your turn.
Murray time.
Oh, yeah. You have any notes on KCP?
It felt like every single one of those threes they needed. It felt like they needed every single one as it went up. And just really, really clutch stuff. He's been stellar in that specific regard. Glove on hand fit. You know, especially with Porter actually missing games and the cold streaks related to why he was missing games. You know, this team has needed KCP's sharpshooting, and tonight they needed every ounce of what he gave. The last thing, and I don't know if tonight's the best example, but this is just a KCP thought I have, getting to go to these games in person. His competitiveness really pops to me in Ball Arena. Okay. I think we bemoan often how little these guys might care about XYZ throughout 82 games. KCP is a gamer, and big-time minutes tonight, of course.
All right. Here's a take for you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, bring it.
Strap in.
What?
I want KCP, when it's all said and done, to be thought of first and foremost as a Denver Nugget.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
And this is going to be tough. Now, he spent 4 seasons in Detroit, kind of forgettable.
Yep.
4 seasons in LA, very memorable. They
Cook
love
the
him. They
Nuggets.
claim him, and they won a championship, and he was a big piece of that championship. Then he spent a season at Washington. Nobody will remember.
Wow.
Now he's here in Denver, and he's locked up for 3 years, right? You got a contract for 3 years. It's going to take a lot. You have to not only win a championship here, you probably have to win 2, or you at least have to have an extended run that includes 1 championship.
Right.
The Lakers had the 1, and then like nothing else. Everything else was terrible.
Yeah.
So he has like the 1 high peak. I want him to be thought of as a Nugget. I feel, and here's why, Eric. I feel like he fits this team so well. That it's not just like, oh, you won and you were a guy that was there. It's like you won and you fit perfectly to make the team whole.
I couldn't agree with you anymore. The hurdle that we have to overcome, that is the Los Angeles Lakers.
So it's a big hurdle. It's a tough hurdle.
Listen, I'll think of him as a Denver Nugget if that counts.
What?
I will personally think of him that way if that helps.
Here's the thing. He's a Georgia guy.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just saying, he's not an LA guy. He's not an LA guy. He's not a New York guy.
Listen,
you know, he's
Peaches
not a
in
Miami
Georgia.
guy. I'm just saying, Peaches.
We've got
Peaches. Hold on, man. We get our
We
Peaches.
got
nickname?
Justin Bieber peaches.
Justin
Come on. We got
I'm being
Palisade
serious. I'm
peaches.
being
Kenny
serious.
Peaches?
I'm being serious for a second here. KCP, I gather, like Bruce Brown wanted out of Brooklyn, right? He
Yeah.
wanted out. He wanted to go somewhere else. He wanted to go to Denver. I don't know if KCP is to that degree. Like I want out of the big cities, but I'm also saying like I don't think he's uncomfortable. Be an interesting question.
Oh, dude, I think I'm glad you're pulling on this because he is a Nugget to me.
That's what I'm saying.
He does not, and I know there's the extension, but just in terms of how it feels already, there's no mercenary energy there.
That's what I'm trying to get
he
at.
feels like a part of whatever the next iteration of this team is going forward. Kate, like that's our guy.
Yeah.
You know, Nuggets fans are gonna rock with KCP.
Like there's a lot of like of the Nuggets. You think of the Melo era. There were a lot of guys that had runs other places, but they're thought of as Nuggets because they were like such a part of that roster. And that's all I'm saying is I want when it's all said and done, people to be like, you know, I think a KCP more is a Nugget than anything.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
hope you get that wish
I
granted.
really thought you guys were going to be all in on this take. We're going to be high fiving.
Well, I mean, like,
you know, like hell yeah, hooting and hollering.
what you've just said is that you want the Nuggets to win the next 3 championships. Totally agree.
Strong agree. Sign. Cosign.
It's also a 5-year take, dude. Jeez, like we're gonna be really old once we know if it plays out.
We have to remember.
such a good take.
We're already
Man, I felt
remembering
so
him.
good
Like,
about it. I guess I
Can we
was-
just like watch him for the first time before we start remembering
was
him?
way
Gonna
off.
text
I'm
Adam
sorry.
when he retires as a wizard.
I was so wrong about that Wizards tenure. All right, Vlatko Chanchar tonight.
Let's do
Chalky. 5 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from the 3-point line, all from that corner, just draining them. Also, didn't miss a single free throw.
High arc.
Made
Zero
all
of 0.
No,
Did he make
2 of
all-
2.
two?
Okay, good.
He made all of
Drew
his
that
free throws.
charge. He drew that charge.
Everybody, I'm an asshole.
Is Vlatko back?
Yeah, we know.
Vlatko.
Vlatko Chanchar.
All right, no, but we do have to have that. I mean, honestly, it wasn't just that. That little 5-0 run that I mentioned in the recap, the 2-pointer was him from the corner,
the charge.
drop off to Jokic. That was just incredible. He took a charge in the open court. That was a big play.
Chan charge.
By the way, a Chan charge. God dang it. He did take a Chan
Can you
charge.
cut his fucking mic, please?
He did take a Chan charge.
Chat has
late
no
in the
idea who
game.
he is anyway.
Vlatko's not like an every night player, but I got to say, man, I do think he's like, I think it was the right call, him playing tonight.
Yeah.
Like Zeke Naji didn't play Christian Brown. I know a lot of people were upset with the Christian Brown not playing. One of Zeke, Vlatko, and Christian Brown is not going to play. Probably 2 of those guys is not going to play. Tonight he went with Vlatko, and I think it was the right call.
Like, if the team wins, you can't like get mad about the lineup that you wanted to see. Like, Vlatko was great. It was the exact right call. We got exactly what we needed out of the right guys at the right time. those shots were like so high. I don't remember his arc being that high, but man, it was like a majestic thing to behold. Like teardrops from heaven, raining down, tear from above.
What is he shooting on the season, I wonder? I'll look
That's a
that up while
great
you
question.
talk.
Find out the last time he dunked too while you're at it.
Oh, that Statue of Liberty.
fucking
You know what's
assholes.
funny about
That last time, thank you for saving his sarcastic question.
Oh, it was
with
in this
great
game.
insight.
You know what's funny about Vlatko, guys?
Kel, you know the camera's just on those guys right now.
We're the best part.
We're trying to get clicks, bro.
Where's Yaya? Just kidding, Kel. I love you, man.
What were you saying?
This show
So
is eating
Vlatko is
itself.
funny. I think Vlatko was once viewed as a guy who has no skills, but will make low mistakes.
Yeah.
I have gonna change the way that's framed. He's not great at anything. He's got a boatload of skills.
Yeah.
He can go to the left. He can pocket pass. He can rebound. Like he drew the charge tonight. He dunked. He's got a half court specialist. I felt good about every three that left his hand tonight. Now that's confirmation bias after the makes, but it's like I don't know, man. Vlatko. There's a hard ceiling on where he is, I think, on a rotation trying to win a title. But he can play, man. He can play. He's got skills. He's got ways he can contribute. And he's really cool. He's a really cool guy.
He dunked from the free throw line.
I think it's crazy that, I mean, Vlatko's been here for a long time. And this is supposed to be the kind of final form year. Everything's pushed forward. And now it really feels like for the first time we're seeing the real Vlatko. So good on him for getting a say in this before the 10 years over. And I think this is a guy who's shown, in my opinion, while there's a limit on it, he's an NBA caliber player.
Yeah. Who's leading the Nuggets in three-point percentage this year? Do you know? You do.
KCP.
No.
Is it Vlatko?
No.
Is it Bones Hyland?
DeAndre Jordan. Number two, though. Number two, though, is Vlatko Cancar. Now, he's 21 of 43. That's a low sample size, but he's shooting 49% from three this year,
That's wild.
which is pretty good. And then it's KCP. RG, since nobody will get mad at you for this take, for your version of this take,
Or they will, and we don't care.
and we just don't care. Vlatko Cancar or Zeke Naji?
Oh, man.
Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Yeah, dude.
You have to
call.
pick one.
Dude, all right,
Everybody
like-
has to take a
The other
side
one's
on
getting-
everything.
The other one's getting fired into the sun.
Not that I'm like taking a shot at Zeke, but I think Vlatko's energy is just better. When he comes in, it feels like he's trying. I think Zeke comes in and you go, oh, he's talented. I hope he's on tonight. Vlatko comes in like, just dude, fly around. Just almost like a kind of a Christian Brown energy in some ways. But I don't know, man. That's a tough question.
Here's a funny one. Who do you feel better, Eric, making an open corner three?
See, this is a lot of recency bias since Vlatko Cancar just hit
fair.
all of his threes tonight and didn't Vlatko hasn't been this good he's not this good all the time.
That's fair.
Which is why he goes in and out of the lineup.
What do you think
Much like
Zeke Naji is shooting from three this year?
I mean, probably
Oh,
like 80%.
trash.
He's only shot a couple.
No, he's like,
Really?
3 of 16.
oh man.
I mean, you're right. He hasn't shot many. That's a very
right.
low sample, and they're so weeks
so
apart.
it's gonna
So
be-
Why did
It's gotta be
someone
Vlatko.
change his shot?
I know that's
He
very
was
weird.
lethal.
Lethal.
We thought, but
Because he added muscle.
my point is, I just did a list that went live not too long before the game, so you can still over the weekend some weekend homework for you if you want to go. That there's some good clips, but one of the things that we've gotten a sample size of Zeke Naji, and everybody knows I'm a Zeke guy. I wanted to see him play. I think I kind of see why he's not in the rotation, and he gives good effort. He shadows. He stays in front. Like, he has good skills. I think his fill is really, 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 really low.
Okay.
Like probably the lowest on the team, and I think that Vlatko's feel is among the highest on the team.
That's a great way of
outside
putting it.
Send
Jokic.
Zeke to EuroLeague.
And so there's just that
Or just
level
the
of it
G
where,
League.
to me personally, I think Zeke deserves more run. I want to see more of him, but I don't know. I kind of like Vlatko. I think he's a good player. You guys want some wholesome content?
He
Please.
just plays ball, man. He
Can
knows
you
how to
play that tweet I sent you? Look at this slow motion. I don't know. The broadcast must have caught this. I want to see make it big screen or
Oh, I
something
saw
so we can
this,
see this.
yeah.
I love it.
Are we ready? Jamal Murray running back. Yoke looks over. Gentle
I love
rub.
that.
Good job,
And
brother.
a
This
smile.
This kid
That's
cuts a little
exactly-
short, but Yoke gives him a very
That's the
approval
exact
nod right
interaction
there,
between
yeah.
me and my dog that I have.
Oh, I
every
was gonna
time
say
that
that's how I pet my cat when
Yeah,
he wakes
I'm
up
like-
from a nap.
Yeah, that's.
Hi,
Did you
guy.
guys see the Vlatko Jokic picture from his moment?
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've seen Yoke be the recipient of the head cradle.
Yeah, the head cradle.
It's the first
old
time he's
Jokic
ever been
cradle.
the one getting
I
cradled.
hope one day I get a yoke cradle.
You probably won't.
I don't.
I'll probably
Good
instead
job,
just get
good
a
for you.
left-handed
He might
upside down
confuse you for
shake hand.
someone else at one point. And, yeah.
He was like Bogdanovich. Oh wait, no, that's not.
You're
That's not
You're
him.
that guy who
That's somebody
went to my
else.
hometown without my permission.
I'm told we also have the DraftKings Sportsbooks King of the Game.
Yeah, let's run it up.
Do we have that ready?
Ah!
It's KCP. Oh, look at how you fit it right into the
King
beat.
Caldwell
good.
Pope.
That's good work
Kale,
right
that's
there.
good.
That's
That's
really
good
good work.
photoshopping.
Even though that crown is absolutely enormous, it's somehow this looks like a sci-fi outfit, doesn't it?
He
like
looks
a
like
Marvel
Princess
crown.
Leia.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly.
Oh.
I knew exactly where I was
I knew
going.
where you were going, and although I don't agree, I just wanted to help you out.
You don't think you agree? Bring it back up, Kel.
it
Let's
looks
do
like
good.
maybe
We gotta
like
study it
Battlestar
more.
Galactica.
Yeah, you're right. This looks like a ripoff, of like Star Wars.
This is the GoBots of.
What a hell of a stat line. 443-707. I'm telling you, he is a nugget.
He is the Nugget.
He is what?
Whoa,
Mr. Nugget?
All right, settle down.
Settle down.
Settle
Hang on.
Are you a little drunk on a Friday? Is this what's happening?
No, I have had zero alcohol. I
Did
just
you
feel
get the
good
shot
about the Denver
glasses?
Nuggets.
I can go get him right now.
You have to do it
With
after.
Rakia?
Michael Porter tonight. Yeah, don't you want a little Rakia on a Friday?
Yes.
Would you like some
And on
Rakia?
a
How do-
Saturday, Sunday,
Ryan,
Monday,
you go
Tuesday,
get the
Wednesday,
shot
Thursday.
Rakia or Rakia? I think they all say Rakia. Who's to say?
We gotta go back to
Michael
find
Porter
out.
Jr. tonight, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 0 of 3 from the three-point line, and all of his threes were wide open. I'm so shook on Michael Porter. I swear to God, I think they all go in, and when any of them go out, like it's fine for a guy to go 0 for 3, but I swear I feel so betrayed every
Yeah,
time.
totally. I think 100% of them are going in.
All 3 of the ones tonight, I was like, count it. I was like, oh,
Even the
you're
one he
kidding
definitely
me.
got fouled on, I was like, that might go in.
Yeah,
It didn't.
Would we have any thoughts on Michael Porter's night?
Kind of another, I would say, thumbs down night all told, because I think his all-around impact, particularly his defensive play in the second half, was pretty tough. As you mentioned, they were going right at him. I actually, for the record, didn't think Bruce Brown played a much better game defensively between his size or lack thereof and just the weird coverages throughout the game from Denver. But I thought with the way... pretty much the only thing Miami felt comfortable with in the half court and clutch was, where's Porter? Let's just go right at him. So I think closing without him was the right take, and I think that's a knock on him when he showed just very recently that he can be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought his defense was good early. Like, I saw good stuff out of him. He wasn't hitting his shots. But, like, you're always... Michael Porter Jr. is a under the microscope player. Like, everything he does we look at with such... like close attention, because we just want him to be the best. We want, because I don't know if he's a max player, so we want to see like max player play out of him, so that spreads over into more, like, especially if his threes aren't falling, his shots not falling. We got to see him evolve to the point where he's not just going to be targeted on defense, and he hasn't been. They started to, but it wasn't working.
Tonight?
Yeah, I thought
It was 1,000% working.
Well,
And against Sacramento,
the few that I was watching, he recovered pretty well.
no,
He,
fourth quarter, I'm saying.
Oh, well, I'm talking about early on in the game.
Okay.
I mean, they subbed him out, and it was the right move. Like, I just mean, like, you want, like, we've seen in the past, like in the first parts of playoff games where it's just like, oh, we're going to target this guy the entire time to where you can't play him at all. And he was fine.
Yeah.
He was good.
Do you have any Michael Porter thoughts over there?
No, it's, he's not. I think because we all think he's going to hit 100% of his shots, his misses are so loud. And so, and that's why, like, nights like tonight, I didn't think he was awful, but it's just like he kind of wasn't there. It was all right. I don't think he was the worst player on the Nuggets. I don't think he had the worst minutes, but it was just not like, we all stood up. We were all hoping for some threes to go in, and they just didn't.
Man.
But again, I think that was just kind of the, like, we're expecting them all to go in now.
But don't you feel like with Porter, sometimes, and his best games that came recently, particularly the one very good game he didn't, after starting slow initially, sometimes he misses shots and he just withdraws from the contest.
Well, so do you think that's him going, not my night?
I think, I don't know what it is, but I know that his best nights come when, despite missing, he stays with it. Because the ways he can help a team win go beyond shooting in a way that's underrated, but not if he takes himself out of the game. And I thought tonight he kind of took himself out of it.
All right. Let's take our last break. On the other side, we know Harrison Wind will be joining us from the arena. Also, I want to play a little experiment. I want to ask, like, there's 3 max players on the roster. If you were to just reset everything, I'm curious how we would divvy up the money.
Oh, boy.
That'd just be an interesting experiment here.
I hope all the Nuggets are
I'm gonna
watching
skip this segment. Yeah.
Do it on the other side.
Calvin Booth, turn in.
One way you can make tons of money, maybe, is with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top rated sportsbook. Here's what I can tell you. It's one way you're going to have even more fun watching sports with the fellas or the ladies. Step 1, download DraftKings Sportsbook. Step 2, put promo code DNVR in the promo code section. And new users are going to be able to bet $5 pregame money line on any NBA team to win their game. If they do, they get $150 in free bets. To be clear, that is paid out in bets, but you could just go ahead and win those too. Plus, everyone could combine multiple bets for a bigger payout with DraftKings same-game parlays. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. You can go from 0 legs to 10 legs. Sometimes you can just get crazy, find 10 bets that are near locks, and take that little boost coming your way thanks to DraftKings Sportsbook. And Maryland sports fans, if you listen to this show and we get to the betting section and you get serious FOMO, miss out no longer. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in your state, so download the app now. Use promo code DNVR, place a $5 pregame moneyline bet on any NBA team to win, and get $150 in free bets if they do. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code DNVR. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for the details. Let's talk about pins and aces.
Let's do it.
Because every day we seem to be more and more of a golf company here. I don't play golf much myself, but we've got a sweet golf podcast. We've got some ballin' golf TikToks, and now we want you to be the talk of the course. Swagged out with Pins and Aces, the official golf apparel partner of DNVR. We love our gear. We love the gear from Pins and Aces. Gets us tons of compliments. Plus, they're family-owned golf and apparel business based right here in Colorado, and you know that that's what gets us going. Local business? Are you kidding? We're there. Pins and Aces make amazing polos, hats, golf bags, and your favorite product, the innovative beer sleeve that fits a full 6-pack and one for a total of 7 beers in there. Check out pinsandaces.com. Use code DNVR. Receive 15% off your first order and get free shipping. That's pinsandaces.com.
All right, back here. You guys don't want to do this segment. I was just going to say, you got 3, like so much of when you calibrate a team and you're talking about like what's, you just think of, we've been saying, oh, Michael Porter, the third best player, or this or that, or whatever. It's because he's a max player. I don't want to make this a negative thing. I'm just saying Jokic has a super max. If you were starting everything over, you would give him a super max.
Probably, yeah.
I'd give him a super max.
I'd give him a super max.
After a brief discussion about building team defense, I would do it.
I would give him a super max. Jamal Murray, I still have confidence that he's a max player. Like, I just still have confidence he's going to get back to this level. Like, it's the Murray-Jokic game. I honestly don't know if I would take another point guard. There's guys that I think are better than him, but I don't know if there's a better fit with Jokic, man. Those two guys, you saw the caress.
Oh, the caress.
I'm telling you, I just don't want those guys separated.
Don't caress me,
I
dude.
never want them separated.
Oh, never, dude. Come on.
I want to be separated from Ryan Green right now.
What?
On this guy. He just tried to caress me.
Oh.
How would you...
Is that your take? Is that your...
No, I don't know. I would... he's maybe I don't know, man, because we're talking about what we've seen his ceiling to be. We just don't know if that's still his ceiling. We don't know how much has been taken from him, how long it's going to take to get back. He has it in him. We know there's our man Tim James on the TV.
Hell yeah, shouts.
But I tend to agree with you. I think that he will be able to regain his previous form. And so, yeah, I would probably also give Jamal a max again. Yeah, I would.
After that, Aaron Gordon to me has just been the next guy on the team.
Especially this year.
But also just fit-wise, man. You start to look, and we don't have to go through every player. But here's the point I was trying to arrive at. It feels to me like very few teams have a big 3 that works out.
Yeah.
You often have a big 2 and a bunch of role players. And Denver, just by salary, has a big 3. And I'm I think you'd rather just have another Aaron Gordon. You know what I mean? You'd probably have 2 Aaron Gordons in your forward spots.
That's a fair point, actually. If 2 Aaron Gordons existed.
If 2 of them. You know who's on the shelf, by the way? Covington getting no runs, collecting DMPs left and right now.
That was like the fever dream of Nuggets Twitter. Like what we could do to get Robert Covington.
I have no idea if he's still good or if he's washed. I'm guessing he's washed is why he's getting DMPs.
If we never acquire Kevin Love or Robert Covington,
Love.
Was it any of it worth it?
I'm just saying he's not playing any games. Do you disagree with this take that like you see the KCPs of the world and the Aaron Gordons and you're like, those are not max caliber players. Those are good role play, high paid role players. But it's just kind of like that's actually the formula.
Sure. I mean, I think that's easy to say. It's kind of different with Jokic because he's the ultimate floor raiser, and you feel like you're so close just with his presence.
Yeah.
So you can definitely look at the best games and say, this is the formula. You just put high energy, high work rate guys who can do a little bit on both ends of the floor. But after watching a full season without dynamic firepower, I have sort of been...
So true, though.
I go back the other way with this. I think we would be really frustrated if we watched 82 full games without that third guy. And I know Porter's kind of up and down as it is, so he's not really reliable in that role. But you just want to feel like you have multiple ways. Okay, fine, it's a Miami game. They have a good defense for Jokic. Are there other guys that can just, when the going gets tough, they can get us these buckets? So I know what you mean. But I think this question really applies to Porter more than anyone. But you know how I feel. Stick with Porter. That's how I feel.
I think we have Harrison win, but it sounds like he's glitching out again.
Give me just 30 seconds.
30 seconds. What should we do for 30 seconds?
Let's name our 30 favorite players of the Nuggets. Go. Ready? Jamal,
Nikola.
Costa Koufis.
I mean, Costa Koufis all time. He keeps coming in and out. I'm guessing his Wi-Fi is not working for the second straight game. Unbelievable. Should we go around the association real quick while Kale tries to work this out?
Let's go.
Warriors up 5 points against the Trailblazers despite being shorthanded. Oh, my gosh. Portland Trail. I guess they didn't have Nurkic.
That's why they call them the Trailblazers.
Oh, man, that's tough. Can you imagine not having Nurkic?
But I mean, the Warriors don't have Steph, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm terrified of the Warriors.
Duh.
Yeah.
That's like if you asked me to rank the teams I'm most scared of in the playoffs, number one
is the reigning NBA champion.
Is Denver's second night of a back-to-back win in Golden State the best win of this season?
It might be.
Coming up next on
That's a
Undisputed.
fair point.
Yeah, they're a 10 seed, but you know what? I'm terrified of them, and it sucks. Is he here? There he is. Look at him. Wind. Can you hear us?
What's up, guys?
Look at this guy.
Oh, my God. How was Ball Arena tonight, man?
Brand new layout.
Yeah, what is this layout? I'm confused right now.
What?
Oh,
no.
Do we need to wipe the snow off the satellite?
Harrison, are you there?
Nope.
I think we're in it.
Oh, man. We're not going to get wind from the arena tonight, I have a feeling. Some more of these here. The Kings beat the Jazz 126-125. Oh, man.
Truly, the Jazz really peaked on the first day of the season.
They really did.
It's really been all downhill from there.
Luckily, we were live on the internet watching it together.
Oh, yeah.
Just absolutely, like, after a long period of being off and a lot of expectations.
Who do you rather
going
play in a playoffs, Jazz or Kings? They're in the same tier. You might be a 1-8
Jazz.
matchup or
Oh,
first round matchup.
Jazz
Jazz.
just for the, like, bloody satisfaction of taking down a traditional rival. But, like, we beat either one of those teams.
The Kings are not punks this year, though, man.
Yeah,
I would rather
They're not
face the
punks, but
Jazz at the end of the year than the Kings at the end
that's
of the year.
We would have beat the hell out of the Kings last game if we had our full complement of players.
I just think that they're have, to me, showed themselves to be a more competent outfit than Utah despite Utah's hot start.
Oh, yeah, this is like one of
know.
these things, like how bad they have been. It just takes so little for them to get to a place you're like, okay, they
weird?
look like a basketball team.
Colin Sexton is like a sneaky, scary player to me. I mean, the Nuggets smacked the Jazz when they didn't have him. But he's like a weird Nuggets killer, man. They can't guard him for some
Whatever.
reason.
Please.
But you're right. Either one of them should be fine. I think I'd rather play the Jazz. The Wizards beat the Magic 119-100. The Magic starting to serve their suspensions. By the way, what do you guys make of those suspensions? Did you see it?
Did they have enough to play?
They had to stagger the suspension so that
I
they
was gonna
would.
say.
Three games for Killian Hayes, 2 for Mo Wagner, who got knocked out. Imagine getting knocked out and getting a 2-game suspension. Tough break.
You were
man.
so annoying. We think you deserved it like a little bit.
A little bit.
Like
You
2
kinda
games
deserved
worth,
it.
I think
you
that's
deserved
called
it.
literal insult to injury.
That
Isn't
is
it?
insult to injury.
I gotta say, I don't really care. Like, it's fine with me. But just initial reaction, 3 games feels light. He knocked his ass out.
I know.
I really got
With the sucker punch.
I got to Zapruder this. I swear to God, he was knocked out before he got punched.
Somebody said that he was knocked out on the push.
Yes.
And then further knocked out on
There's
the...
a theory that he flopped on the push, and then after the hit, the only thing is he hits him like the spot.
That's a bad
gotta
spot
do
to
it.
hit
Spot he hit
somebody,
him in
man.
will
That's
put
kind
you
of...
We
out.
got to do a deep dive on
It
this.
will put you out.
We got to do a deep dive.
A little bit of a punch, but whatever. It's Mo
We
Wagner.
have to do a deep dive on
Lakers
this.
win 130-121. LeBron, it's his birthday, you know.
Oh,
It's
happy
his
birthday.
Happy birthday, LeBron.
Happy
birthday.
47
Washcloth.
points, 10
Jesus.
rebounds, 9 assists.
You know what?
Sombor
Jokic
double.
numbers.
We've clowned on the LeBron era a lot, and with plenty good reason. I will say that's genuinely
Dude, it's
insane.
incredible.
It's insane.
It's absolutely
The longevity
incredible.
is disgusting.
It's like stop, man.
It
Especially
is
for being
crazy.
So washed.
It's crazy how good the steroids have gotten. I guess the years have gone on.
Hey man, every
And
guy in this
undetectable.
league, every
I
guy in
am
this
not
league
on-
can take advantage of it.
Well, what? Everybody could.
I'm all for calling out a
John
man's-
Collins tried. He
They
got
don't
suspended
they
for a
don't
whole.
blood test in this league, right?
Yes, they do. You don't see them all the way at Ball Arena. You've never seen them at Ball Arena doing the tests.
I'm like a P test. I didn't know they did blood tests.
Yeah, come on, man. John Collins literally got thrown out of the NBA. What did he get? DeAndre Ayton lost like 20 games.
Oh right, because of the steroids. Yeah, so
You
they were
remember
probably
this?
testing for that.
Yeah, they're not going to test
All
LeBron,
right.
though.
All right.
Guys, the Suns lost to the Raptors.
Yo,
What?
they are in 7th place right now.
Man, I didn't even notice him back there in 7th. They did have Chris Paul. They did not have Devin Booker. Chris Paul had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 12 assists.
Hey.
Same numbers as Bones Hyland last night, so I guess he sucked.
Yes.
Look who it is.
Hey,
Harrison!
Hey guys,
Yeah.
quick,
You
say
got-
everything
you
you
fixed the
can before
internet?
you leave.
I fixed the internet. All me.
He
I
fixed
did
it. He fixed the internet. All right,
I
take us
did it.
inside the arena tonight, man. How was it?
I mean, the last time I was in here was Christmas Day, and it wasn't quite the same atmosphere tonight, although it was
Fair.
another sellout. It was a weird game for sure. It was kind of a game I feel like we've seen a lot from the Nuggets this regular season. They don't play exceptionally well. They don't really defend that much. They get up and down performances from a lot of guys on the roster, but they still get a win. And I feel like it's just this regular season formula that we've seen this team find where they kind of, meander through a game and then lock down the fourth quarter and just find a way to get a win. I feel like that's what they did tonight.
Yeah, I agree, man. This was an impressive win to me. Did Malone feel the same way?
I think he did. I mean, he called this a really good win. He said to get down by 9 in the fourth quarter and then get a win against that team, that's a good win. He called it actually a great win. Sorry.
No.
He shouted out the Nuggets for only giving up 2 second-half offensive rebounds. And I mean, when you think about how the game started, when it was just like Bam Adebayo on the offensive glass every single possession, that was really encouraging. And then Malone shouted out the bench as well. He said he thought their bench was really good tonight. He shouted out Bruce, Bones, and Vlatko specifically.
Everybody
And
but
then he
DJ.
also, more on him to come. Love you too, D-Mac.
No way.
Shouts. Shouts to D-Man.
Oh, man, I love D-Mac. What a guy.
Are you back with us?
Malone shouted out Bruce, Bones, and Vlatko. More to come on DJ in 1 second. More to come on him. And then Malone also spoke about crunch time. He said when the game's on the line and it's money time, regardless of what happens in those first 45 minutes, we know we can go to Jamal and Nikola in that 2-man game.
Hell yeah.
And just feel good about it.
Hell yeah.
I mean, yep. I feel great about it.
Yeah. He also spoke a little bit more about Vlatko. He said, look, you can just trust him. You know what he's going to do out there. He's got a high IQ. He's proven to be trustworthy. So, Vlatko, he's in that Michael Malone circle of trust for sure. And then he also spoke about Bones and just Bones' play over these last 2 games. He said, experience is the best teacher. Bones is such an important part of this team. But then, not just about Bones, this was team-wide. He was not happy about the Nuggets' entry passes tonight, Vogt.
Well, yeah.
He said, guys don't know how to do it anymore. We can't get the MVP of the ball when he's open.
You can still read about that on redacted.com under my byline.
I'm sure there's more than one article posted about that.
No, mine was the best.
So, yeah, that's what Michael Malone had to say. We also talked to KCP, and then I talked to Vlatko in the locker room as well. KCP tonight, he was talking about the Jamal Joker two-man game. He was just like, look, we have tremendous confidence in them. We know exactly what we're going to do, and we know exactly what they can do down the stretch. They get us in position to win games. They can calm us down, and really just get us where we need to go late in fourth quarters. KCP was also talking about that offensive foul call that he got to kind of clinch the game.
Hell yeah.
And he said that he told the refs earlier in the game to watch for that. And when he got hit on that screen, he said, look, I knew it was a moving screen. I didn't expect them to call it, especially with the time on the clock and just the situation. But he was saying how the work he put in earlier with the refs helped him get that call.
That's how you do it. That's how he's the best at that. You have to work early. You set the table. You let them know. I like it.
As everyone knows, basketball, a game of runs and politics.
That's really quite the statesman, KCP. Actually,
Mr.
Contavious really is a statesman.
Mr. Mayor?
Should we call him the statesman?
Yeah.
It's a good nickname.
Oh, the statesman of
Statesman.
Chopper Circle.
Better than Princess Leia.
Princess Leia.
Yeah, that was a bad one for him.
That was
Contavious
bad.
Caldwell Princess.
Was she a stateswoman, though?
She was. She
Wasn't
was.
she?
Listen, Adam.
Jesus.
I'm just trying to get into
At least
the
the
canon.
princess.
Just saying, I know my Star
Poor
Wars.
wind.
Keep it going.
Back to you.
You guys are comfy as hell over there. Look at you. Jesus.
Got my slippers on.
Lay down over here.
KCP was also saying how his connection with, Joker in that dribble handoff game, it's growing by the minute, by the play they're out there. He says, every game I just feel more comfortable there, and we feel more comfortable with each other. And then he finally was talking about the fourth quarter offense. Obviously that's how Denver won the game tonight, their fourth quarter offense and defense. He said it's great late in games, but the biggest goal we have right now is just to do that closer to 48 minutes.
Yeah, I would agree. It's going to take that against Boston, I'll tell you that.
Definitely. And then I talked to Vlatko tonight in the locker room, and Vlatko, I think, had the quote of the night. He was talking about the bench, and he goes, everybody's talking shit about the bench, but once in a while, the bench did good. And then I followed up. I'm like, wait, who's talking shit? Is it us? Is it like your teammates? He goes, I think it's everybody around. We can sense that everybody's been talking shit about the bench, but I'm trying to stick up for us. I think we're on a good track.
Hell yeah, let's go, Vlatko.
Let's go.
Call us out, Vlatko. We don't care. Come on.
Yeah.
Be like, no, DNVR is talking shit about
Dude,
the bench,
I'll
man.
change
Like,
my mind right
yeah,
now.
come on, Vlatko. You can call us out, man. We can take
Is
it.
Vlatko Chanchar Mr. Bench?
Is he Mr. Bench?
Mr. Second Unit.
Sixth man of the year.
I love it. You know what? I love that quote. And the only thing I don't love is I wish he would have been like, come on, man. You.
Come on, man.
You
I know.
at Harrison
I
Wind.
wanted him to call me out right
He, just
there.
he looks you dead in your eyes like, you bitch.
Vlatko, we give you
I was
permission.
giving him a layup to call me out.
It would've been
He's
so
just too
great.
nice.
Take
Even when he's
it.
being spicy.
It would have been hilarious if he's like, not so much you, but mostly Vogt and Dev.
Yeah. Who's the short one again?
Vogt and Dev have been all over us.
Vlatko said about the bench, Bones had a great game. He said Bruce played a good game. He said everybody who came off the bench played well. And then he said, quote, even DJ, his big clumsy ass, had a good game.
Wow, I agree with half of that.
I think he thinks there's a fun little quote, and if you read that in print, you're like, "Is this earnest? Does
so
he
true.
mean even?"
Yeah. And then I kind of asked him about Malone saying how trustworthy he is, and he goes, look, I feel like I was, lucky in a sense, sitting on the bench for so many years. Maybe lucky wasn't the best word to describe it, he then said, but just by sitting on the bench for so many years, it just helped him understand the game and understand the Nugget system. He said, look, some guys have to play real minutes to understand it. I feel like I just got a knowledge of it from all those years sitting and watching. So now that I'm playing, I know the system. I know what I have to do. I'm confident in my role when I'm out there.
I freaking love Vlatko. I want him on the Nuggets the entirety of the
Dude, he's
Jokic
the
era.
most
I think he'll be
ruthless
there.
guy.
He
I want
is.
him to be remembered as a Nugget. You know, like
God damn you.
He'll probably be remembered as a Slovenian.
Megalex. All right, what else?
Yeah, that's all I got, guys. That's all
Let's
I got.
go, dude.
Man,
What an appearance.
What an appearance. Great game from the Nuggets. Great comeback win. That was awesome.
I
Get home
love
safe
a
win.
larger wind here too. Like
I do
we get
like
to
a
drink-
larger
We get
wind.
to drink more wind in. I'm all about it.
You always find a way to word it in the last
Yeah.
minute.
Right.
Fine, Harrison.
Really
he
feeling.
literally needed to leave.
He's
after
like,
you said
I'm,
that.
he's like,
Take a
I'm
shower.
out of here.
Racing through around the association so we can close with super chats. The Bucks got the win over the Timberwolves tonight in comeback fashion. Timberwolves were up big in this game, but third quarter they get outscored 39-22. Then in the fourth quarter they got outscored again. They're down so bad. Giannis went for 43 and 20. The Pelicans guys are competitor now, tied. You thought Denver gets the win, they'll go back to the top. Nope, still tied with New Orleans
Are
at
the
23 and
Pelicans
22. 127 to 116 over the 76ers. And guys, I saw some chatter on the timeline tonight
Uh-oh.
that down the stretch, you know, Embiid had a good game, 37.3
Uh-oh.
rebounds. Down the stretch, I saw a play where Zion calls for Joel Embiid's guy to come be the screener because that was the mark. He's like, no, Embiid. Yeah, put him here. And then he goes
Oh,
and
boy.
easy layup right on Embiid.
Oh no!
Zion Williamson calling out Embiid like that's the
Zion
weak
and
link.
Embiid's career.
Is the thing I've always said about Embiid is that he's good, can't play defense, doesn't look
Right.
sexy.
The difference between him and Jokic, one guy plays D and the other doesn't. I've
You know,
always said this.
the thing about basketball is there's two sides of the floor. There's offense and defense. Both sides are important.
That does it for that. Let's read some super chats. Who wants to read on the
I
internet?
got you, bro.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, our bros got us, bro.
Oh my God! From a
$50.
new person, Zane. Hell yeah!
Zane
Look at that.
Lazarus,
What an entrance!
$50 DNVR. Top podcasts. Nuggets dig one out. Scoop.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh, Buffs fan?
Say it,
of a
man. Hey, you
prime
guys over here.
time.
Do you read that end part?
Say we coming, Eric.
No,
We
he
come
skull like the claps.
well, he's like the Minnesota Vikings. Who doesn't?
All right, Kale, give me some more
Zane,
super chats.
thank you, homie.
Chris Peters, $5. Still impressive and appreciated. Bill Simmons is on the Christian Brown bandwagon.
Is Bill Simmons a Nuggets fan?
People don't know this. He tried to get on. Harrison actually kicked him off. Said this is
Yeah,
a
dude,
one-person
he's really made
car.
it a bandwagon
Oh, wow.
of one.
It's a
He did
one.
say that
You can
he
kick
was
him
the
far,
captain
too.
of the Jokic bandwagon, and I kind of was like,
Yeah, he's 5 years late on that one.
Bill Simmons said that.
yeah. Nonetheless, you know what? We'll welcome him on.
Bill Simmons,
We'll welcome him
he's
on.
in the club right now.
I will say this.
He's in the club.
Watcher of the show. I'm telling you, man. Watcher of the show.
Bill.
A lot of DNVR
I hope
takes.
he's watching tonight.
I know he is.
Bill,
I don't know if he
give
is.
me an offer so I can take it to
Yeah,
them.
come on,
Get a little competitive. Super chat, $5 from D. I bet Chanchar hours a clutch 3 in the playoffs to do something neat.
This is harder than you think.
Yeah, is this me or
That's
is
how
this
I
No,
always
that's-
feel reading
that's-
super chats.
that's
I'm always like,
grammar.
Am
to
I
fill
dumb?
what I paid for? Go Nuggets, Jokic, Jokic, blah blah blah. You know what? Vlatko, money. I co-sign. I
Let's
co-sign.
go.
I'm pretty sure I agree with whatever
Good
was
super
trying to be
chat.
conveyed there.
Flo.
I think he said that he likes Vlatko.
I
Flo
think so,
HSOJ, $5. Miami fans are super annoying. I've been to 9 games this year. Nuggets won them all. I got box seats for the Celtics. Jamal is back.
Jamal is back.
First of
dude.
all, Nike's flex.
let's see the
Second of
bacometer.
That was a nice little flex in
Yeah.
there.
Hold it
Also-
down for me in Boston.
I mean, the only thing about Miami Heat fans, you only have to put up with them for half the
Oh, wait,
game
it's
when
going to
they
be
show
here,
up.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's so true when they show up. Good one, dude.
Thanks, bro.
Super chat, $5 from Seriously about to not start watching Nuggets games until there's 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Man,
That
yeah.
is when the game starts.
I put this out there the other day. Like, not everyone is built to follow a basketball team closely. Like, it takes an iron goddamn gut. You really think you're gonna get the shit kicked out of you
Everything
most
you
of the
say
time?
is so aggressive.
I feel this way because I just see so many takes that are like, bro, you gotta get perspective. You have to get perspective. This is such a bigger narrative than this one game, this one possession, this one everything. Like, like you just gotta feel the pain because then the good part becomes all the more sweet.
Yeah. Those are just the conversations he has in the mirror.
I don't look in the mirror.
All right. Brad Arnholt, $10 to say from Brad Arnholt.
Let's go.
Let's
dude.
go.
Super
And
chat
listen,
of the year.
fellas, I know it's a winner's lounge. I know we played the funky music, but will we really be what we claim it is without a super chat from Gordon?
No, dude.
Absolutely not. Not a real winner's lounge till Gordon hops in the chat.
Gordon chimes in to say the Nuggets have all the pieces, and it's awesome seeing it all slowly come together. Inevitable as the tide.
dude.
Man, I love what is it? A little
It's a
poetry,
cool
man.
line.
A little
Gordon-
bit.
Gordon
Inevitable
is
as the tide.
Inevitable as the tide.
You would think a poet, like a starving artist, I assume, like Gordon, wouldn't be able to be so generous with his funds.
That's
but
right. Yeah.
Listen, he's doing well, clearly, as a poet.
Well, listen, I haven't looked into the exchange rate. You never know. $5 from Terrence Van Leeuw. I really thought Jokic was about to have his second sub 50% shooting game of the season.
You fool.
You thought?
You thought wrong.
Ye of such
he's
little
him.
faith.
It is so true. Yo, just always you're like, man, he's having a terrible game. He's like 2 for 7. You're like, damn. And then you look at the end.
Triple-double.
He just went 20 for 20.
You're like, hold on. How did he get better? He made up some of the misses. I don't know. It's crazy.
$2 more for a take 2 from Brad. Guys, rack your brains for this memory here. There was a video sent to us recently. He says, Santa may not know how to super chat, but go Nuggets.
Santa doesn't know how to
Do you remember when Brad sent us a video in full Santa costume on Not Christmas?
No.
It was awesome. It happened recently. All right. Andrew Boley, $2 super chat. He's not Mr. Nugget now, but KCP is the front runner.
Whoa.
Man, this is wild. Dude, we've never had so many candidates for Mr. Nugget. It's
You know what
hilarious.
that, dude? You know what that speaks to? What a great team!
We should
All the Nuggets are
They're
Mr.
the
Nuggets.
Mister's Nugget.
we
Yeah,
should
dude.
stop beating around the bush and just give it to Ryan Saunders.
Let's
What
just
are we-
let's just start calling him. But let's just start calling him the Denver Mr. Nuggets.
Denver Nuggets. All right, what else do we got? D, $10 to let us know. I think MPJ is starting to figure his defense out. Still needs
All right.
progress, but he played a fairly rounded game and was in good position most of the game. Approaching dominance.
Let's go.
Hashtag Givoli. Hashtag votes and hoes.
What?
If you
That's
pay-
weird because
if
they're
you pay
both the
for
two
it,
same thing.
I will read it.
Dude, you got
Dude,
burned.
you got me. $5, Jack Neiman. I had a day Pitt beat UNC, and KCP is Mr. Nugget in my eyes.
What the hell's going on?
This will never be decided.
Like it's their decision.
I love this team, man. The role players are so perfect for Joker. Maul got ice in the veins.
Oh, I love this.
I
sure
love
does.
Mr. Nugget's the best
it's
and
the
worst
great-
thing. It's hilarious.
I
MVP
honestly-
conversation
I
at
was,
DNVR.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say like I thought I had no stomach for the MVP conversation. The Mr. Nugget conversation is way more.
Well, it
gross.
starts in August, so
It's so true. It started way the hell back. We didn't have a full roster yet. We were starting going. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
5-5-5-5-5-ish. Glad I watched the Nuggets one last time on Ivaka before it.
Pour one out for
R.I.P.,
Vlatko.
man.
Hey,
Carpet or-
hey, in all
Thanks for
sincerity,
Serbia.
man. They look, man. Was that not the coolest thing we've done?
Oh,
I mean, just look at RG right now.
I know, man. Look at
at
me. Like it wouldn't have been possible without Vodka. They've always got a soft spot in my heart, man.
The worst part about Ivaka is it was a good product. It made sense, and it was so cheap. But like maybe charge $35.
Come on, man.
I'll have a large soda.
Moving on.
You know what? I'm told it worked in Denver. It didn't work in goddamn Portland. The Blazers sunk us again. The Blazers
that's what it
ruined
was.
it. Nobody
fail
wanted to watch the
Blazers
Blazers.
Too busy drinking growlers.
So true,
Look,
man.
look.
Mixer chimes in from the homeland, the home away from home. Wish you all a happy new year from Serbia. May we together celebrate our Nuggets championship in 2023. Love you, DNVR. Love you, Chad. Love you, Nuggets. Shivali.
I love you, all the many Mr. Nuggets.
Cue that outro music, Kale. Guys, this was a fun one. It was Friday, and it was how we wrap up 2022
Oh, look at
with
that.
a win.
What a treat.
And, you know, what a treat, because in all sincerity, 2022 was sort of a, you know,
Mixed bag.
exit. Well, it was a getting out of purgatory. 2023 starts. The next time we're going to see each other here on this set with all of our people, it
See
will
you
be
next year.
2023. There you go. You got that joke in. But in all seriousness, the Nuggets have given us enough that we get to sit here and close the book on 2022. All the little memories we made, the Serbia trip maybe
All the
being the
small
number
things.
one in our hearts there, but all these other memories with the Nuggets and with this crew watching us. And 2023 might really be the year. I don't know, but it might really be the year. There's enough hope for us that we can at least dream that this is the last year we go without a championship for our beloved Denver Nuggets.
I am pushing all of my emotional chips into the center.
I got to say, fellas, I had a great year with you.
To the
Serbia,
fellas.
and
This
we're back
one's to
here
the
doing
fellas.
what we do.
This is to the fellas.
We
did
forgot
it.
to get Rocky on. Everybody hit that like button on the way out. We love you. We'll see you on Sunday.
Happy New Year.
Bring your battle gear. We got the Celtics.
See you next year.